Hey guys, first off I'd like to start off by saying congratulations to all of you 2011 graduating seniors. In my opinion, this has been one fantastic, crazy fun year, and I hope you guys had a lot of fun as well. And I would have to say that I'm extremely grateful to have gotten the chance to meet and get to know each and every single one of you seniors over the last year or two. And in my opinion, it's the senior class that makes every year in JASS absolutely memorable. And I know that when I get old and I can't control my farting, and I look back at these 4 years of college, I'm going to remember every single freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior class, and just remember how I was surrounded by the most awesome people I could have ever met, and how incredibly fortunate I am to have been a part of JASS, and for all these seniors to have been a part of my college life. So this is my little gift to you guys, trying to do this little senior video. I hope you guys like it. The way I did it this year is I had the seniors write an embarrassing story about themselves, and then I asked another senior who they thought the embarrassing story was about and why. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you guys have a lot of fun tonight.
I think this is Jessica because there's only two other girl choices inside one of them, and Arissa's too queen-like, and I don't think she'd ever do anything like that. Not saying that Jessica would, but I think it's her just process of elimination.
I think this is tongue or beezy because it says that someone was commenting on how he has seen a girl drool for the first time in his life. And yes, I think Beezy's a girl. And then at the end it says F you, and he says that a lot. It was Steven, because I could just imagine Steven doing this for some reason, even though I didn't know he was on the list, but he is on the list. So now I can say Steven. Why? Because I just imagined him in my head. It's like, oh, an embarrassing story, and I fell asleep, and then I woke up, and then I was like, ah, and then I'm like, okay.
So once I was on a long bus ride with a bunch of students I worked with, and I fell asleep, but woke up realizing that I was drooling. And, it's embarrassing in itself, but then when I got home, a student sent out an email to the whole class and all of the instructors about how he had seen a girl drool for the first time in his life and how he couldn't get the shocking image out of his head, and he didn't realize that he had sent it to me too. And so I sent him a huge F you email in reply.
Alright, so I think this story is about tongue. No offense, but sometimes you seem kind of clueless, so the fact that you almost choked yourself to death when you were a kid, I can believe the story. Actually, I had a similar incident where I almost choked myself, but I fell off the table and crushed my head.
So this story, I guess it was tongue, because it's the manner of speaking that just comes into my head when I read this. It's kind of unique. And tongue was the first name to come to my head.
It's me. So when I was around 3 or 4, my mom was watching me, and one day she looked away for a second, and when she turned back around, she saw me sitting there near the window, and you know how there's that window chain to close and open the window shades, and apparently I had put the chain around my neck, and I sat down, and so basically the chain was choking me. But my mom told me that the funny thing was that I didn't have the common sense to stand back up and not try to kill myself. Yep.
I think it's Miguel because he would go into great lengths to go and try to get a girl, and of course he would totally meet her at the mall because he would be too shy to actually meet her in a private place. And of course he would pick a girl that already has a boyfriend.
And because You were telling me how you needed a date for like banquet and all the girls were running out. And this is about not getting a girl. I'm sorry, no offense. They told me to guess and you were on there.
So, 6 years ago in senior year of high school, I asked a girl that I had a crush on to meet me at the mall. I forgot to charge my phone the night before because I was smart back then. So as I arrived, it died on me. So naturally I was frantic and I walked to a payphone to try to call her, but I only had bills on me. So I rushed to the food court, lined up in one of the stalls and asked for change for a small bill instead of buying something. Confused and reluctant, the clerk gave me change and I rushed back with 3 minutes worth of coins and called her, only to not pick up the phone for the first 2. She finally picks up and tells me she's on the 3rd floor of the mall. Keep in mind this is like 3 football fields, like large in length. And so before specifying where, the call cuts off and I'm out of change. I rush to the 3rd floor to look for her. 30 exhausting minutes pass and I spot a classmate who just had a chat with her. He heard that she was waiting for someone before leaving for another mall, looking a bit impatient. In addition, she told me that she was with her boyfriend.
I feel this story is probably about Brian, because Brian, like, I don't know, it feels like Brian, like, I mean, he's a frat guy, so I'm pretty sure he doesn't know how to cook, so so I think he probably like burned himself or something like that.
I think this one's Corey because I think that's how she writes in real life. And I just think she's the type to cut her finger, sorry.
I think it's Brian Glenn, just because it's a can of chili. I don't know.
So my story actually just happened this past Tuesday. I was trying to cook dinner and I was opening a can of chili. And as I poured it into the pot, I tried to like lift the lid and I totally cut my finger. And I didn't think it was that bad, but it didn't stop bleeding after like 20 minutes. So then I had my friend take me to the ER where I ended up getting stitches. And so it's right here. And that's my embarrassing story.